Have you ever come across a mystery person in your photographs, like someone that catches your eye and you think, who is that? We reveal the identity of one of Chris Niedenthal's Poland's top photographers, mystery women.
Welcome to
What's Up Poland?
the daily video show
Where
we talk about
news,
views,
culture,
history,
life.
everything Poland. I don't normally photograph mysterious women on balconies, John, at least not since the court order. But what's all this about then? This sounds like an interesting story.
Well, the story is that a photograph taken by Chris Niedenthal, he was a photographer active in Poland during the 1980s, martial law. He managed to take photographs and smuggle them out. He's really well known for that photograph of the tank outside the Kino Moskva. So, like, as a cinema in downtown Warsaw, and they were actually showing Apocalypse Now. So it was just like a beautiful kind of like political metaphor of what was going on in Poland at the time. And I'm sure Philip, our editor, can like put a snapshot of that picture up.
Make it come up.
Exactly. There it is. And so Chris Niedenthal is the author of this photograph, and another photograph he took in Wrocław, so in southwest Poland, again during martial law. He took a snapshot of a beautiful looking lady just standing on the balcony looking wistfully away, but the building itself is actually it's a beautiful piece of socialist realist architecture, like of form and function. And people, almost 40 years afterwards, people are saying, who is this woman? Like, who is she? So, of course, the people at the Museum of Architecture in Wrocław, ahead of a documentary which they're making, they actually wanted to ask who this woman is so they can maybe interview her, maybe get some memories of that scene, what she was thinking. And it only took social media 3 hours to find out the identity of this woman. She has been identified as a lady who lives in Kłodzko, so she's still in Poland, and she is a dentist. And she is revealed as being called Aneta Dienstag-MROCZKOWSKA, and she was actually studying for her exams to become a student at the medical academy in the
She
summer of
popped out briefly and she got
yeah,
packed.
exactly. It was a hot day. She came out. She came outside, and basically took some fresh air in the on the balcony. So
The
that
Wrocławian
it's
sun.
really amazing. Like stories like this, that it really only takes like a few hours in in modern day kind of social media sleuthing or internet sleuthing, you can actually find out about anyone.
The funny thing is we've had more than one story. So, guys, if you're looking for a similar story about a picture from the Second World War that was identified
Yeah,
within hours,
exactly.
thanks to these internet sleuths with nothing better on their time than to adequately use the public archives that are available and find people. And inevitably, there's always a story behind the picture, which is one of I think, John, you'll agree, one of our fundamental beliefs really as journalists
Yeah,
and
exactly.
people who talk about things from the internet. Yeah, it's remarkable. And yeah, again, it's such a timeless picture because it could have been taken yesterday. The building, on the other hand, also this social realism, a bit Yankee, horribly kind of building. Really, she looks like she
It's
could be
brutal, right?
it's brutal. She looks like she could be a prisoner. There's a wistfulness to her.
But
There's also
a prisoner in such a colorful dress.
it could have been interned, for example. It's
True.
1982, I think, or something like this. There she is. She's just stroking her head as well, and that's an unusual gesture. I studied a bit of classics. Probably you did as well, JB, since you went to an august institution as a child. And one rather studied the way that the pottery designers would make people stand. And just again, the magic of a camera just snapping that one moment, and something about the form and the position of the body just communicating a message there. There's so much, even though it's a long distance picture, that you can pick up in her emotions. I see you're looking there deeply, John.
Wistfully.
What does it pump out in you?
Timeless. It's metaphorical. It has so much there. In fact, it has you can read into it what you want, essentially. I mean, yes, it is a very kind of real reflection of that period where everyone's at home. It's a hot summer, and there's just stuff going on. And like when you it's a beautiful photograph. I mean, I don't want to explain to listeners. I mean, I'm sure they can click on the link below. You can finger click there.
You can
And
exercise your clicking finger like Chris Niedenthal did. And there you go.
yes, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree with you, but it's something about
Photograph. I mean, it is pretty cool.
it's banal and beautiful at the same time.
Mhm.
And Niedenthal seemed to have a sort of, he really was on form,
knack
or
for it.
maybe Poland was just a beautiful canvas on which he could make, or from which he could make beautiful photos, because it did seem like that period was just for iconic pictures.
Mhm.
Into Poland in the 80s, Niedenthal captured it.
Exactly.
So, guys, if you want to find out more about the story, so John, if I was an eager beaver and I wanted to sleuth the very story itself, what would I do?
I would scroll down and click on the link below this video. That's my clicking finger there, and a bit of left-handed clicking even. And of course, it would be great if you subscribe to this channel for more incredible stories from Poland.